Welcome, all my college football fans and friends out there. Welcome to another sports edition of the Buckeye Vinny YouTube channel sports show. My friends, Buckeye Vinny is here. He is doing his best to recoup. And let's talk about the national championship. And my friends, I was 2 for 2. I predicted that Miami would get by Ole Miss, and they did. And I also predicted Indiana would beat the Oregon Ducks, and boy, did they. So, my friends, let's start first with Coach Mario Cristobal, and I tip my hat to this coach. What a job he has done all season long, guiding his Canes to a 13-2 record. And the path to the national championship looked this way. 10-3 first-round defeat of the Texas A&M Aggies, a very good A&M team that was averaging 38 points a game, and Miami stymied them to just 3 points. A 24-14 win over the Buckeyes in the Cotton Bowl, and a 31-27 come-from-behind victory late in the fourth quarter, thanks to Carson Beck's legs, to defeat Ole Miss 31-27. You know, my friends, I look at this Miami Hurricanes team. Offensively, they put up 32. Defensively is where they're a standout. They only give up 14 points per game. They are led by QB1 Carson Beck, completing 73% of his passes for 3,581 passing yards, 29 touchdown strikes, 11 interceptions. But my friends, this young man has came through the clutch every time they needed him. That game was tied against Texas A&M. He made the crucial play to put them up and to go on to win the game. The Buckeyes were coming back in the fourth quarter. Miami needed a few third down conversions in order to keep the drives alive, and he did just that. And how about the game against Ole Miss? A much-needed third down conversion, and he was pinpoint accurate to his very talented wide receivers, Malachi Toney and Keelan Marion. So, my friends, let's talk. What more can you say? Carson Beck, he has been spot on. You know, he hasn't been perfect, but he's been playing just good enough to get their team where he needs to be. And I'm going to say this. You know, he's not playing perfect football, okay? He's thrown some crucial interceptions from time to time. But overall, he's not making that critical mistake to cost his team a victory. If anything, it's either his arm coming through, okay, in critical positions in the game, or he's doing it with his legs. So my hat's off to Carson Beck. Phenomenal job in the playoffs. What more can you say? Malachi Toney, 99 grabs, 1,089 receiving yards, 9 touchdowns. Keelan Marion, 56 grabs, 2 touchdowns. And how about C.J. Daniels? 46 grabs, 495 receiving yards, and 7 receiving touchdowns. When you look at the ground game, the ground attack averages 155 yards per game. Total offense, Miami, 410. Defensively, they only give up 292. That really jumped out at me. Defensively, they only give up 86 rushing yards to their opposition rushing attack. A big reason why Miami is in the national championship game. You know, you look at the ground attack, Mark Fletcher Jr., 1,080 yards, 5.4 yard per carry average, very impressive, and 10 rushing touchdowns. And Chamar Brown, 469 rushing yards and 7 rushing touchdowns. You know, my friends, bottom line, I look at this team defensively. 47 team sacks on the year. Wow. Big reason why Miami beat the Buckeyes, and a big reason why Miami beat Texas A&M. They were able to get pressure on the opposition quarterbacks, and that's a big reason why Miami was able to win those two games. I look at this team, 47 sacks on the year as a team, 16 team interceptions. That really jumped out at me. That is phenomenal. And out of those 16 INTs defensively, 3 of them went for pick sixes. Wow. 3 defensive touchdowns on the season, and 77 TFLs, tackle for loss, also on the season. And that ranks Miami right on top of the total defensive TFLs in college football in 2025. You take a look at these two teams. Now looking over to the Indiana Hoosiers, a perfect 15-0. Can they continue this Cinderella season? We shall see. We're taking a look at Indiana, whose road to the national championship, blowout of Alabama, 38-3, blowout of Oregon, 56-22. My friends, I got to hand it to Coach Curt Cignetti. You blow out an Oregon defense, which has been playing pretty good the last 5 to 6 weeks, and you put up 56 points against this team, amazing. Indiana comes in averaging 43 points per game offensively, number 1 in the country. Defensively, only giving up 11 points per game. My friends, this team from top to bottom is strong. Offensively, 461 total yards per game. Defensively, a stingy 260. This is an Indiana team that averages 218 yards on the ground. Wow. They are led by Roman Hemby, 1,060 yards, a 5.1 yard per carry average, 7 rushing scores. Kalen Black, 961 rushing yards, very impressive, 5.7 yard per carry average, 10 rushing touchdowns. And how about Kobe Martin? My friends, this young man, 505 yards on the year, 6.5 yard per carry average, and 6 rushing touchdowns. And Fernando Mendoza, also with 6 rushing touchdowns. My friends, bottom line, this Indiana team got it all. Talk about a very balanced football attack. They can beat you passing. Fernando Mendoza, check out these stats, my friends. He is completing 73% of his passes, 41 touchdown strikes, only 6 interceptions for 3,349 yards. Bottom line, this young man just doesn't throw the interceptions. He's thrown 6 in 15 games this year. That is a phenomenal ratio. And then I look at the receiving corps. Omar Cooper Jr., 64 grabs, 866 receiving yards, 13 receiving touchdowns. Elijah Surratt, 62 grabs for 802, 15 receiving touchdowns. And Charlie Becker, nobody can guard this guy. 30 receptions, 614 receiving yards, 4 receiving touchdowns. A big reason why that Indiana is undefeated, and a few of those games were thanks to Charlie Becker and his amazing, guaranteed gifted hands of him just coming down with some amazing catches. And then I look defensively. This is a team with 18 team interceptions. 18. And 2 of them went for pick sixes. I look at this team. They are led by Moore, 81 tackles. Fisher, 92 tackles. This is a team that has 45 team sacks on the year. Secondary, Lewis Moore, 6 INTs, Farrell, 4 INTs. And then I look at their front line. Isaiah Jones, okay, 7 sacks. Hardy, 8 sacks. Tucker, Daly, and Landino, all with 5.5 sacks. My friends, this is only a preview video. I will not do my prediction until later in the week. But what a game this is going to be, I will say this. What more can you say? 15-0. Big Ten champs, Indiana, squaring off with the Miami Hurricanes, 13-2. What a battle this is going to be for the national championship. Winner takes all. My friends, if you haven't yet subscribed, please click that subscribe button. If you like this video, which I hope you all do, please click the like button. As you can see, my energy is coming back. My friends, like always, not only do I love to read your comments, but I love to get back to every comment that I do read. So please comment down below. Like always, my friends, peace out. God bless you all. Click on this face right up here to subscribe. And until next time, keep on watching, keep on liking, and keep on subscribing. Once again, not my prediction video. That will be later in the week. But until then, please share not only my channel, but this video. Buckeye Vinny is